Hello there guys. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a marlin slash mahi slash any type of billfish, offshore, tuna, and all kinds of species high-speed trolling lure using nylon high catch 300-pound test, a boon crimp tool that goes up to 2.3 millimeter size, using 4 300-pound slash 2.3 millimeter crimps, 2 nylon plastic thimbles, and 2 7 to 8/0 trolling big game hooks, and 2 hook protectors for your knots and crimps. These are optional to use. It's just in case you get a bite with a fish like a wahoo or something, they don't cut you off. And the lure I'm going to be using today, I call them my patience, is a bubble trail, red eye, green, yellow, and orange skirt lure. It's about 7 inches, 6 inches long, and maybe 5. Good marlin, mahi, stuff like that, weed line type fishing, and then a pink to very orange to white flathead lure. Same concept, just a teensy bit smaller. And I just keep these on me just in case. They're pliers slash cutters. They're a Manly brand. And look, just in case I don't have those on me, these boons do have cutters right here. Okay guys, let's get started. So first, you're going to want to take out your 300-pound test mono. Set the case to the side, and make sure you do not undo these, because if you do, it'll just go everywhere and go haywire. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a tag end, like so, and then just push it back out of there. Push it out like this, and keep going around until you get, I don't know, maybe a 4 or 5 foot section of 300-pound test mono. And you're not going to want it too terribly long, because you might be running a wind-on leader when you're dragging this. And about 6 inches long, or not 6 inches, my bad. About 5 feet, 4 feet long. And you take these boon crimps, put it in the cutter, and cut it off there. Okay, so now we have a 5 foot section of 300-pound high catch nylon mono. Now, what you're going to do is the first part is you're going to take your mono and we're going to rig our hook. So you're going to take your mono and you're going to go through the 300-pound 2.23 millimeter swivel. So you have about that much coming out of the swivel. That's about 2 inches. And you're going to take your hook, your 7/0 circle, or not circle hook, J hook for trolling. And you take it and slide it in, slide the line in the eye of the lure. Should look like this so far. And you're going to take this and you're going to bend it back, do a U-turn with it, and put it back through that swivel, or that crimp, like so. And this gets a little difficult sometimes, because whenever you cut this big line, it will flatten it out because it's got to compress it. And you should have a good sized loop on there, and you're going to want to take this and just slide the crimp down till you have probably about a 1 inch to a 1/2 inch diameter loop on your swivel. Now, most people get this wrong when they're crimping. To crimp this, you're going to want to take it and turn it sideways. Lay it flat and put it at the very bottom of your crimp tool, as you can see there, and you're just going to get it, even it out, nice and even, so where you're not pressing the ends, but you're getting a good hard press on the middles, as so. Then you're going to crimp it down. This is kind of hard, and just put that on there, and then remove it, and you should have a nice rounded crimp right there. And then you're going to take your pliers, open them up, and just cut the tag end off. Cut the tag end off, and there you go. Now you have a well crimped 300-pound 8/0 circle hook, or trolling hook, big game hook. Now, what you're going to do is, you don't have to use these, but I do just in case to protect my hook, because you don't want to accidentally get that huge wahoo on and lose him. So you're just going to take your rubber sleeve and take the top part of your mono, just slide it on there and run it all the way down to your hook, as so. And then you're going to take it and just put everything through it, even that swivel or that crimp. And it's going to be kind of hard getting it over that crimp, but once you do, you should be able to just keep going, keep sliding. Maybe twist it up a little, just the easiest way you can do it, easiest way you can get it to fit, and just keep sliding. Keep sliding, and you want to get that crimp in the eye of the hook. You want to have about that much of the eye. You want that to be right in the middle. So if they bite onto that, they're going to cut the rubber and not the mono. So that's how that should look. And you can see your crimp in there, the eye of the hook, and you should have a good portion of your hook out. Okay? Now, we're going to take the tag end. Right here, the top part of your mono, and I'm doing this lure first. And you're going to take it, and you're going to flip it over like that, and then just open it up, even it up. Make sure there's nothing crossing. You want it to all be hanging out, just like that. And then you're going to take this tag end, and you're going to slide it right through there. Hold on. There appears to be something jammed in here. And if you do have a bead that gets stuck in here, ladies and gentlemen, you can just take your hook and put it right in the eye of that bead and just pull it on out of there real easily. There you go. And these lures, these beads, are too small for this 300-pound test. And you don't have to necessarily use this big of line for this lure. I just like to, just in case you get that monster fish on and you don't want to break them off because you're under tackled. So you're going to take this, slide her through there, find that hole. This is the hardest part, is finding that hole. You're going to have to look down in there. There you go. Now that it's coming out that hole, you're just going to slide this all the way down your section of mono till you get to the very end. Now here again, once you're down to your hook, you're going to want to take it and flip it over. Spread it all out again. It's key that you don't get any rubber caught up in there. And as you see here, you're going to take this and push it all the way up in there as much as you can, and then boom. There's your lure rig, perfectly ready. So whenever you're trolling along, if they hit the head, it's going to slide down and hook them. And if they hit the tail, You're just going to slide back and hook them. So now you're going to come to the front part of your mono, right here. This is the top part. And you're going to take a swivel, or a crimp. 300 pound, 2.23 millimeter crimp. You're going to take your nylon thimble that you have here. You're going to slide the eye of that mono through the crimp. And then you're gonna come back through, but you're gonna want to make an extra, not an extra big, but a pretty big hole on this one, pretty big loop. So you can take this nylon thimble and just put her in there like that. You're gonna want to pull it all the way up to the top, and just, as you see here, just you're gonna have to squeeze and just crunch it up in there till you get hardly any mono separation to the nylon sleeve. Now you're going to take your crimp, and as I showed you before, slide it in sideways. You might have to just work it in there to your 1.7 to 2.3 millimeter slot on your crimps, as so. Make sure it's even and you're not crimping just the sides. Put you a good hard crimp on there. Okay? Pull her out. Now you have a nice round even crimp. Take your cutters, trim the tag in, right there. You don't have to trim the tag in, I just do. I do trim the tag in just so you don't have anything that gets tangled up in there when you're keeping it nice and organized. There you go. Now you have a nice round even crimp going to a nylon thimble all the way down your 5-foot section of mono to your lure. And that is a properly rigged, nice Marlin, Mahi, anything like that lure. Alright, now you can, easiest way to do this, folks, to keep it organized is take it and grab it like this and just wrap it up. Just let it go with the line. Don't force anything. Just let the line bend itself. Keep wrapping like that. You're going to have to twist it a little because the line's not always evenly straight. Till you get to about right there. And then take your tag end. One wrap, two wrap, and that's it. Now you have a perfectly good rigged lure for trolling for big game species. One down. Okay, folks? Now, this is going to be our smaller grade lure. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm going to cut down. I'm going to cut down to a smaller 100-pound line for this, because this is going to be more of a tuna Mahi lure instead of a Marlin. Be right back with that. Sorry about that. Alright, and here's my spool of a 100-pound test. Same as last, you can set this 300-pound test to the side, put it back in the bag, because you're done with this now. And line size, you don't have to do it just like I'm doing, it just all varies to the equipment trolling / doing. You can troll these lures about 15 knots, 12, 10, 5, 15, and you're going to pull off about the same length section of 100-pound mono. Set this to the side. Now, for the 100-pound mono, you're going to want to get a smaller sized crimp, and you're going to need 2 of them. And this size is, I have them all in a box, and I'll have them labeled. This size is going to be it's going to be a 1.5 size crimp. Okay? So same as before, you're going to take your 100-pound, you're going to find the tag end right there. You're going to take her and slide it through the crimp, as so. sorry if I keep going out of camera angle. It's my first time doing this, and it's hard to get used to. And you're going to slide it through the eye. Slide it through the eye like that. And then get you a nice size loop. Come back around. Slide it back through the other side. Alright, now you're going to slide it down until you get that same size loop that you had before. About 0.5 inches to an inch diameter. And you're going to put this crimp. You're going to find the right slot for it in your crimp tool. Make sure you're not crimping the sides, you're crimping it nice and even. Just give her a good old clamp on there. Pull her off. Now, 100 pound, 1.5 size crimp, millimeter crimp, with a 0.5 diameter going to a 7/0 big game trolling hook. Now as before, you're going to take this, cut the tag in, right there, like so. Now, you're going to take your tag in, here the top end, I keep calling it tag end, slide the rubber through there, just like that, just like so. And then slide it all the way down to your hook. Alright. Should be here. Now you're just going to do the same as before. And this is going to be a little bit easier because it's smaller size. Just slide it on in there till it's about right in the middle of that rubber. Boom, there you go. There's your hold up strong 7/0 trolling circle hook. Now you're going to come back to the top again. Repetition. Now, you're going to spread her out like so, just like I did before. And then you're going to take your, actually, on this one, I'm going to add a bead on there because I'm using smaller size test. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that aside, take this bead, put the 100 pound test through the bead. These are just regular size round beads you can buy at any tackle store, packs of 50 or 100. And take it, slide it on down there so it sits on the top. And then come back to your tag end. Come back to your lure. Spread her out and take your tag end. Alright, through there. And this one's going to be easier to find because it's a smaller, like so. And then just drag it on through. This will get caught a little if you're in between that rubber, so you got to make sure you're not. Slide her on down, slide her on down. Here's important again, like I said before, to spread it out. See how it kind of got mumbled in there? Like all jangled up and stuff. Imagine doing that at 15 knots. It's not going to be fun. Then you're going to take that bead. So you can see in there. And you're going to put it right down on top of that hole, the bubble trail hole. And push it down as tight as you can until you look like that. It's on top of your bead, and then you're going to hold on to your line, keep that pressure, and just turn her over. There you go. Now you have a good rigged lure that comes out to the end of the skirt. So if the body of the head is going to come up. Now set that there, and then come back to the top of your 100 pound section. You're going to take your crimp, your other crimp, slide the 100 pound test through the crimp, as so. Grab your nylon swivel. You're going to take it, make a good sized loop, go back through, and then take that nylon crimp or thimble, slide it right in there. And then the easiest way I've found to do this is to, once you have it in there, just pinch it really hard, and then just slide that crimp up on there until you have something like that, and there's barely mono in the middle of it. Grab your crimp tool, put it in there sideways, same place as earlier, and then crimp. Pull it off. Sometimes they get stuck in there. I haven't greased mine lately. And then you have something like that. Nice round crimp. Go into your nylon thimble. Clip the tag in. As I said before, this is not important. I just like to do it to keep things nice and neat from that tag head hanging on stuff. Set that. And since this line just came off the spool, now you have a good trolling lure. Since this line just came off the spool, the easiest way to do it is to take your thimble and just set it on the ground. And just hold your lure up in the air and just let the line, as you can see here, just let the line fall. And as it falls, it will coil itself up because it's so used to being in that shape. Might need to do a little help on her. And it will coil itself up, as you see there, because it came off the spool that it's been on for a while. There you go. Now it's back to that spool size. And take this, tag in, wrap her once, wrap her twice, 3 times. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfectly good rigged Marlin, Mahi, tuna, wahoo lure that you control at 10 to 15 knots. This has been Chance Roy doing you setup video and operating on, as I call, my patience. Thank you.